Is it? I go at one time to go, or did everybody get up? Oh, they are.
All right, so for those of you that don't know me, I'm Julie Mancini. I'm the director of the Denellen Chamber and Business Association. I'd like to welcome you all to our November dinner mixer. Tonight, we have quite a few people in our audience who are board members. So if board members would all stand up so I could introduce you, that would be great. Tracy, we have some seats up here if you want. You like to sit in the back, huh? Okay. All right, so we have our co-presidents, John and Andy. Okay, and tonight they work together so that we could live stream this event. And we have Avenel Mackerel, Sandra Gerhardt, David Fowler, Vice President Joanne Black, Past President Matthew. I'm not saying your last name. I'm sorry. Okay. Wilbur and Michelle, who is our secretary. Tonight we will be listening to Carrie from Brandon Bank. She's going to talk a little bit about the data breach that happened last year and explain how things have progressed since then. And our dinner tonight is Turnpike Mike's. Okay. When I talked to them yesterday, when I had to give them the number for dinner, I only had 22 people who had paid for dinner at that point. And so I guessed, and I told him 40. And hopefully we'll have enough food because there's over 50 people here tonight. So I'd like to encourage you, if you want to come to these things, if you could pay early so I know you're coming. That way we can order the right amount of food. So
pay early, he goes eat first.
I could get out the list, and I know exactly what order you paid, so we could do that, but then it would kind of create a little bit of a traffic nightmare in here. I'd also like to thank the depot for allowing us to use their building again, because they sure do this a lot. Do you have anything you want to say? Okay, Saturday is first Saturday, so if you want to come and talk to some history buffs, Saturday's the day, open I think 9 to 1 or 9 to 2. And if you have not checked out their museum across the way, definitely go in there and check it out because they've got some really neat things that have to do with our town. All right, so part of the reason why we have Turnpike Mike's tonight is because they'll be opening a new location in January in Rainbow Springs at the Country Club. And so the other day when I was over there talking to them about the menu, I said, well, what's your specialty? They said sandwiches. So that's why we're having sandwiches tonight, because they wanted to showcase what they do for sandwiches. And the other thing they wanted to say is that they were adding to their menu, so they would also have salads and hamburgers on their regular daily menu, which they'll probably be open 6 or 7 days a week, depending on if they close Monday. But then they're also doing the upstairs. So if any of you are having any type of event, like they mentioned to me that they wanted to get in touch with people to do the prom at the high school, then you could do the upstairs, which they'll have like regular dinners 2 or 3 times a week. They haven't decided what they're serving there, but that'll be a little bit upscale. Okay. So definitely we'd like to thank them and give them our support now that they're going to be new here in Denellen. All work out okay? All right. So
That's not good.
I'd also like to thank the people that volunteered to help today. I have Bobby and Amy in the other room that are going to help serve you tonight. And I have the ladies from Brandon Bank here who always help me at the front because I need all the help I can get sometimes. So thank you guys so much for always helping me. And those of you that provided prizes tonight, thank you, because it's always so much fun when just, although we do have a little bit different group, but there's some people who win all the time, and it's kind of funny to see how that works. But, yeah, we will. So the other thing is, before we get started, we haven't, right now, we're having a membership drive, so if you want any information about that, I have information about that. I have applications, and I have a member benefits package thing so that you can see that Joanne made for us, that you can see what you get for your membership here. Because it's not just about coming to dinner once a month. There's a lot of other things that you can do, and we can work with you on. So just keep that in mind. And don't be afraid to ask if you don't see it on the form either. And later on, I know you all are anxious for dinner, so later on I'll go over some other things about some upcoming events that we have coming up in town. But for now, I guess let's start with dinner. That happened a year ago and how that's, transpired over time. Okay? Carrie!
Well, thank you, Julie, for having me, and thank you, Michelle, for inviting me. Which company has been in business for 92 years? Macy's, Brannon Bank, or Campbell's Soup? Go to the next one. Yes, the answer is Brannon Bank. It's been owned and operated since 1926. And the reason I picked Macy's and Campbell's Soup is because they've been in business over 100 years. So I had to find somebody that was close to 90-something. I couldn't find any other banks. This is true. Here we've got a picture of a clock, and what the clock represents is the time change. And with the time change comes safety. It's dark early outside. We want to park our cars where the lights are so that we can see where we're going. We want to look around. We want to leave our packages hidden when we're going Christmas shopping. And these are things that you all already know, but these are things that we need to remind ourselves because we all get in a hurry and we have routines and we just do the same thing without thinking sometimes. I mean, I can go home sometimes and not even remember passing something because my mind is thinking about what I need to do later or tomorrow or whatever. When you're getting gas, you want to go to the gas stations and you want to make sure that they don't have any of those devices on there. Look around, see if it's well lit and that the attendants can see where you're at. And you also, ladies, want to make sure that when you get out and you've got your purse sitting in the front seat there that you lock your car because somebody can come over there and open your door, grab your purse and run. When you're in the grocery store, if your purse is in the buggy, you want to make sure you've got it on your shoulder and not open. People will snatch things. This is the time of the year. 'Tis the season. People will steal. And unfortunately, sometimes we have to be the victims of that. Next slide. So the Equifax breach. The credit is something that all those other things we can control. Our credit's something we can't control. So back in September of last year, we had that breach. And we all heard about it about the same time on the news. And it had been going on for 6 weeks before they even let us know what was going on. So where are we at today? Next one. Well, President Trump, he passed a bill back in May that a consumer can get a free credit report or free credit frozen for up to a year without having to pay for anything. And at that point in time, our records were compromised. That included social security numbers, driver's license numbers, email addresses, anything that you could possibly steal your identity with. I don't know if anybody knows or not, but there's a lot of fraud going on with the title companies. Not them personally, but what will happen is, say I'm doing a mortgage. We've got a customer over here from Coldwell Banker, and we're telling the customer that they need to wire the money. Well, somebody can go out to the web for Brannon Bank, grab my picture, grab my email, and change the last 3 things. Instead of it saying .com, say .net. Send it to my borrower, and then all of a sudden that borrower is wiring money to the bank that they're telling. And we can't do anything about it. So we always tell our customers up front, You talk directly to the title company and you get that information from them. I will never send you anything for wiring. So you have to know, who you're dealing with. So what we do is, you want to do business with people who are local, people that you know and trust. And when you're doing a mortgage, that's something you're giving your personal information. So you want to make sure that that person that you're dealing with, that it's somebody that you know or you trust. If it was a referral by somebody. And if your gut's telling you something, usually that gut's the right on it, and you need to walk away. The government guarantees everybody a free credit report. So what I did was I went in and printed mine. There's 125 pages here. It went back from when I was 18, I guess. I'm not going to pass it around, though, if that's okay. So if you want your credit report, you can go on there and do annualcreditreport.com. And it only takes a few minutes, and it's a secured site, and it can give you your credit report. And what you want to do is you want to review that report, and you want to make sure that everything on there is accurate, that is yours. I had to think about some of the things. I was like, wow, I don't even remember that. But it was all accurate. If something's not accurate, then you want to go to identitytheft.gov, and then you want to report it, because you never know. Next slide. Annualcreditreport.com. Yes. No, you don't have to go to Equifax and TransUnion and all that. You go annualcreditreport.com. And that's legitimate, okay? And then the next thing you're going to do, though, after you find out if your credit's secure, everything's there and it's legit, then at that point in time what you're going to do is you're going to contact those 3 bureaus. And you're going to tell them you want to freeze your account. So what the freeze does, my account's been frozen for over a year. If I wanted to buy something, what I would do is pick up the phone, and first of all, I would find out what bureau does the creditor go through. Because not everybody uses the same one, that's why there's 3. Equifax is more popular in Florida for some reason. So they said it was Equifax, so I had to call Equifax. There's a PIN number that I got. It comes in the mail. Now, a lot of people will take their passwords and stuff, and they will put them on this device right here. Okay? Well, once again, I'm old-fashioned. I got it in a book. This is not the legit book, so don't be thinking about looking at my book for passwords. But I've got a book that I write everything in, and I keep it secure at home. Because I want to be able to get to that. If my daughter wants to borrow my phone, she goes to the store, or if I lose it, I don't want that information lost in my phone. So what I did was I called all 3 bureaus. It takes less than 10 minutes. And I told them all that I wanted to be froze. I put some personal information in there. And then they either gave me a code right on the phone, or they sent me a letter in the mail. And I've got all that in a secure place. Go ahead, next one. And remember, if you're going to apply for a mortgage or something, you need to let that person know. So I have customers come to me and they say, hey, Carrie, I want to do a mortgage, but I froze my credit. What do you want me to do? Well, you need to go ahead and unfreeze it, and we'll go ahead and start the process. But, they'll tell you how long it'll take. It usually takes about 24 hours. Sometimes it's quicker than that, but I would say give it 24 hours. And you can actually unfreeze it for a week, 10 days, a month, however long, and then it'll automatically go back on, and then they'll send you a letter letting you know that it's froze again. Okay, so has anybody got any questions?
Sure.
Yes.
So if you're starting a business and your credit's frozen, you pretty much have to unfreeze everything during the whole process.
Yes.
While you're getting up and running for the first
Yes.
year.
Yes. Because those people are going to be pulling your credit, so it'll have to be unfrozen.
Business every other day.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
If it's frozen, it doesn't go up or down, unfortunately. Like if you have a lower one for rating.
No, your rating, your rating still stays the same. Let's talk a little bit about the credit scores. Okay, that seems to be one of the biggest questions I always have. People will go on to, what is that website out there, Free Credit Report or Free, that's it, that's the one. Everybody's got it on their phone. Well, I have people come into me and say, hey, I did Credit Karma and this is my credit score, and then when I go pull it, it's a different credit score, okay? So what happens is everybody, all the banks, all the creditors go through a third-party vendor. So we go through a third-party vendor that actually goes to all 3 bureaus. Okay, so Credit Karma goes through a third-party vendor as well, but they're only pulling 1 score. And the way the credit works is, if he's got 10 credit cards and she's got 10 credit cards, he's maxed all his out, she's paid everything off, their credit scores may be the same, but if she's got 10 credit cards and she pays more than her minimum balance and she's still got balances on there, hers is going to be really good. They do not like you to pay it completely off. They want you to leave some type of a balance out there for it to continue to do its thing.
Information is defrauded. Is there any insurance or anything?
No,
for the person?
no.
So you would just-
Buyer
Just like
beware.
that,
Yes,
Send 200,000 out and it's gone.
yes. And I have known of it happening. We had an instance in Ocala where it happened. The people went and got some attorneys in Orlando, but there's nothing you can do. I mean, so far there's been no cases won where you can make the bank liable for sending the money when you gave them that information.
Can you just imagine what it feels like?
Oh,
That in an instant you just press a send button and you realize shortly thereafter.
well, most banks now are calling, if you were...
That's terrifying.
If you were to go now to, say that you had that wiring information and you went to the banks now are actually picking up the phone and calling and verifying those account numbers and those transit numbers. Because so much of it has happened. If you Google it, there's millions and millions of dollars gone.
And considering that most consumers are not necessarily real sophisticated.
Right.
this
It's our
could be-
job to educate them.
It could be something you just do once, twice in your life.
Yes, yes,
Just the idea, wow.
yes.
And with that being said, one thing you need to remember, if you're calling to verify that information, don't call the phone number on the form that was sent to you. Google it, look it up, look at the business card. Because if somebody has forwarded you a fraudulent document, they have most likely changed that phone number to a phone number they're going to answer as First American Title or whatever. Because they want you to think you're calling a legit
So
business.
then when you call that number, someone who's well-spoken is going to convince you
And
that
that's,
this is no worry about it, everything's
Yes.
correct, go forward, we got
so
you.
that's why you want to use your own phone number, or you want to get the phone number yourself.
And most of the emails,
Bring 200,000 in cash to the bank.
When somebody picks up the phone and says, "Hi, I'm Michelle Williams." I know it's not. Yeah.
yeah. Well, and most of the emails will actually say in the email, please don't call me, I'm in a meeting the rest of the day, and you need to do this as soon as possible because we don't want to hold up your closing. And it scares the people. And they're closing on their home and they're like, oh my God, I've already been through all this stuff, I got to get the money.
Especially though now that most title companies will not accept checks, cashier's checks, you have to wire the money into them.
Right.
So you're in a situation where you're no longer able to bring in cashier's checks because the cashier's checks are so fraudulent.
I just want to,
I think, David, isn't that way it is?
Cashier's checks are the most faked,
Fraudulent document.
more than personal checks.
Yeah.
They're very bad. The thing to remember with the wires is, wire instruction will never change. So if you ever get something that says, oh, hey, transfer it here, not here, I mean, our underwriter calls us maybe once a week, tells us a horror story about wire instructions. I mean, for us, wire instructions are like, you have to have so much verification, it's like launching a nuke. But that's the problem is, once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah, can't get it back.
There were a couple companies in Ocala that I think about a month ago, I don't know what the name is, but they wired $300,000 to some bank in New Mexico, and then it's immediately wired from that overseas, and it's gone. It's gone.
It's like texting your ex-mother-in-law with a nasty text and hit send.
Well,
That's coming back to you, I promise.
I just want to add the conversation about the person calling. The nice thing about a small town, small banks, they know the people in the town. So when we have the situation, they can call the title company, they know who's on the other end of the line, they know it's legit. Makes a big difference.
And if we have elderly, aunts, uncles, grandparents, whatever, we need to make sure that they are aware of the scams that are going on. Because, sometimes, they don't get out a lot. And, the calls that come in now. And I got a call the other day, $1,500, and they'll fix my computer. I'm like, really? So, the IRS calls, those calls from the IRS, there's just so much, the sheriff's department, could you make a small donation? I mean, and they pull at your heartstrings, and you're like, oh, the sheriff's department, they need money, So we just have to educate everybody. The more we know, the more everybody else knows. Okay, any more questions? Yes, sir.
I was going to say, the other thing that's important is very, very strong passwords, because what will happen is someone will hack either, a title company email or a realtor email, and they don't do anything with it, they just look at all the emails, and they'll learn everything about a transaction, so they'll know exactly what to say at the end, and it's very convincing because they'll know the names of everybody that's involved, they'll know when things were sent, and that tricks people.
Yeah, in the banking world and in the title world, we always have secure passwords. So whenever somebody sends us something from the title company, you have to, do the one-time passcode, or you have to have a passcode to get into it. We just can't see the stuff. And when customers, we don't like to send stuff, we're secure, or at least we try to be. I guess nobody's ever 100%, but, we're 99.9, I'm sure. So, well, I thank you guys tonight. I really appreciate being here, and hope to come back again and see you.
We have so much going on with the holidays coming up and everything, and I'm actually going to ask Matthew and Joanne to come up and talk about some of the things that they have going on as well, but I do want to talk to you about a few things. Well, oh boy. Okay, so first of all, if you're on our email list, you would have gotten 4 emails by now. I just checked. And they tell you about 2 ribbon cuttings that we're having tomorrow, one at 11:30 and one at 12:30. So I'm hoping that some of you can make it to both of them, maybe take a little extra long lunch. They're both on Pennsylvania Avenue. One's on East, one's on West. And Tracy is going to tell us a little more about hers when we get around to her. She is new, so everybody welcome Tracy real quick to the BTBA. Yeah. Also, tomorrow at 4 p.m., they're doing it for the City Council workshop? Yes. Okay. At 4 p.m. tomorrow, there's a City Council workshop where there's going to be a presentation about parking in Denellen. So,
I think it's at Frank King's.
yes, we do. Mr. White here is oh, yeah, tomorrow's Wednesday, right? Okay. Tomorrow, no, there's another one on December 6th. That is about Pennsylvania Avenue, East Pennsylvania Avenue. I know that we had Ken Odom in here. Oh, no, actually, he didn't come. He had somebody from Kimley Horn come. Was that last month? Okay, last month. And they will be at the bingo hall from 5 to 7 on December 6th to talk about the changes that they're making to East Pennsylvania Avenue. They just want to make sure that everybody is aware of what's going on. So if you missed our last meeting where they were kind of telling you, what they were planning on doing there, it would be good if you went to this meeting on December 6th at the bingo hall from 5 to 7. Obviously, they're planning on having a big crowd there if it's going to be at the bingo hall. City Hall tomorrow. And then we have some extra flyers about the one on December 6th if you need one. Just come on up here after, okay? The other thing that I want to mention is Rainbow Springs State Park is going to have their Santa Over the Rainbow on December 7th through 9th and December 14th through 16th from 6 to 8:30. And if you've never been, it's really neat. Santa comes up with Mrs. Claus on a pontoon boat, and then he walks up to his little house, and the little kids get to see him, and they get to take a picture and everything. So it's just a really neat thing that's only in Denellen kind of thing. So if you haven't been to Santa Over the Rainbow, then you want to try and go one of these days, but not the 15th because, go ahead.
Because we have moved the Denellen Christmas Parade to December 15th for Country Party celebration. Tough call, but after looking at the weather, predictions are rain, thunderstorms, all that stuff, and even though we're at Tuesday, we have to make this call because we have So we moved it to the 15th. We made all the calls today, announcements and everything else. So same time, same everything, just December 15th will be the lawn parade at 5:30, and then the after party celebration is at the Little League as previously scheduled.
And are you extending the application deadline for the floats?
Application on floats. We have a little more time now.
Okay.
We'll extend that as well. And yes, if you would like to volunteer for the event and or sponsor, yeah, turn your application into Sherry.
Or me, I can take them at the chamber as well. We have applications there.
And you can do it online, DenaliChristmasParade.com.
Okay, Joanne?
And then it's to me. See, I just the next. I'm joined by from Habitat for Humanity. A lot of you don't know what Habitat does, we do not give away houses. We actually provide houses to low-income families, but they do have a mortgage. There's 0% interest, and they usually pay between $500 or less for their mortgage. So we build brand new houses for them, and we can't do that without donations and corporate sponsors. So to help us, we do an annual Habitat Strawberry Festival, which is March 2nd. It's one of our biggest events, and it was voted the best event in 2018 in Ocala. So we always, since I've been over there, I've tried to get some people from Denellen to be sponsors or at least vendors, because they forget about us over here. So if you'd like to be a vendor or a sponsor, let me know. And then to kind of give it to, I guess I was just bored and I want to do something else. I'm doing a 5K with Darren over here, and he's helping me do the 5K. That's before the Strawberry Festival. But to add a little bit more to it, on the 21st of February, which is the Thursday before the Strawberry Festival, we're doing a concert. It's going to be Elvis, the Promised Land. Does everybody know who Cody is? He's our local, that's right. He's offered to do a concert for us. If you go on Raleigh Arts Center, if you've never been there, it's a beautiful venue. We're going to be there, have our own concert. There's VIP tickets available, and I think you're going to like it. Ocala's Got Talent. I was on the committee for that, and there's some great talent. They're actually singing before the concert. He's invited 5 of them to come sing before his concert and offered his band to them, which is a big thing. So come watch them sing, perform, and then come watch Cody as well. The next thing we have, the next day, which is Friday and Saturday, 22nd, 23rd, we have a fishing tournament. It's Missy King. Does everybody know who Missy King is? She's the owner of the Country Girl Salon, which is on 44 Pennsylvania Avenue. She's very good at fishing. She knows a lot about fishing, and she's pretty much hosting it with us. It's Missy King's Hookin' for Habitat. Yes, I did say hooking for Habitat. So on Friday will be our captain's reception, and on Saturday is the fishing tournament, and I have flyers for you for that one as well. If you want to be a sponsor, if you want to be an angler, let me know. It's $150 for a boat, and that includes 2 anglers. One of the prizes is $1,500 for bass and $1,500 for redfish. I think $750 for trout, and mackerel. I think is $750 and beyond. So you can get cash prizes for it. And we're doing something unique. We're doing freshwater and saltwater. Your choice wherever you want to fish, and you come.
Don't end up at your door. Except in a good way. And I'll just pass it to Janine. She's going to tell about an invitation we have for everybody.
I'm Janine. I work at Project Lift with Dave. We are going to have a holiday invitation little party at our place from 12 to 1 on the 21st. If you would like to come see what we're about, we're going to have some finger foods, some great Christmas punch with a little wine goblet. And the boys will be there. They'll get a chance to share with you a little bit about how they feel about the program and what it's done to help them. So if you haven't had a chance to stop down, we'd love to have you down and join us. Thank you.
I'm John, Bulls Tire and Auto. Take care of anything and everything, tires, cars, trucks, buses, you name it.
My name is Darren. I'm with Highline Graphics. We have a print shop, so we do signs, banners, t-shirts, hats. Like Joanne said, I'm going to help her with the Strawberry Fest 5K It's in March. I just got done printing the Ugly Sweater 5K t-shirts right before I left here. That's going to take place over at Blue Run Park this Saturday, and the money raised helps the Denellen Athletic Booster. So if anybody likes to run or walk, they're doing that Saturday.
Hi, I'm John from, oh boy, Fix It Tech, and I can fix that if you drop it. Oh boy. I did not plan that, okay? You okay there? I'm John from Fix It Tech. Also, Highline Graphics, I'm Darren's business partner as well, so I kind of wear two hats. But I'm more so representing Fix It Tech. We do all kinds of computer repair, networking, anything in the technology field really. Copiers and printers, that's a big one. One thing a lot of people ask us when they walk into our shop, they see a whole bunch of copiers, and I tell them we buy off-lease copiers because the copiers that you go and buy brand new and you pay for $15,000, $16,000, $20,000, $25,000, you can buy for $2,500 with nothing wrong with it and very low mileage on it. So give me a call if that sounds interesting, if you buy a copier, because you're spending way too much money if you buy them brand new. Again, John Fix It Tech, thank you.
Where are you located?
In Bellevue.
Enjoy the chamber tonight.
Yep.
I'm Barbara McNamee, and I'm retired from the kind of work where you get money, and I just do volunteer work now, and I'm here with my husband.
Paul McNamee, I run a local handyman and custom woodwork service here in Denellen.
Mike Myers, DCBA treasurer retired. And I'm loving every minute of it.
Joel?
My wife.
I'm Mike's wife. But I'll put a plug in for the Rainbow Springs Garden Club.
You should see that. There you go.
Our only fundraiser is the Chinese auction every December. That's all the proceeds after expenses goes to our charities. And this year, we have discovered Project Lift. And we are so excited to be a part of that. Anyway, this year's Chinese auction is December 13th at the Masonic Lodge from 1 to 3. $15 admission gets you admission, food, including all kinds of stuff. A card of tickets with 25 bidding tickets for the basket you're going to bid on, a door prize ticket. What else?
You're the only one here.
Oh.
She's looking for help.
$5 goes toward admission, $10 goes for your first tickets. Once you get in, if you want to buy another card of 25 tickets and another door prize ticket, it's only $10 per card.
My name is Abigail Mackerel. I'm an attorney here in Dunellen, across the street from Mr. Evans. Thank God they're over there. Sometimes I need help. But any time that you really have a problem, I've been here about 25, 26 years. If I don't know what to do for you, I know where to send you. So come over.
All right, turn that over to me here for a minute. I'm Andy with Owls TV. Obviously, we're having a little bit of technical difficulty. We might have to have him help us out a little bit. We do plan, I just haven't had a chance to talk to anyone at City Hall about live streaming that event because it's going to be tomorrow at 4 o'clock. That a lot of people who don't close until 5 or 6 might not be able to make it. So hopefully we'll be able to do the meeting at City Hall for that and live stream it. And that's Andy with Owls TV. We do Dish Network and DirecTV and Play that we can actually film things. Behind the camera is Patrick. He's over in the office here in Denellen with me.
Lynn? Hi, I'm Lynn Gorman, and I have a PR firm as well as in town, I'm better known as, hi, this is Lynn, and here's what's happening in Denellen on WDLM. And for those of you who are new to the chamber, radio is an excellent way to get your messages across. In addition to newspapers, you know, you read it, you recycle it, but radio is instant and it's constant, and the messages repeat again and again and again, and for a very reasonable cost. So see us if you're interested in learning more about that. Thank you.
I'm John Kubiak, and that's my radio station. You go, girl. I can't add to that.
I'm Brent with the Classic Rock Station in Crystal River 107.5. Before we go to somebody else, how many people here listen to regular radio in their car? How many people don't? What do you listen to?
You're in trouble. You're in trouble.
What do you listen to?
iHeart.
Oh, you're in trouble.
iHeart?
You're in terrible trouble. What do you listen to on iHeart?
Everything.
Anything?
But in my shop, only plays the local station.
Good.
Because you can also listen to everything.
Well,
Talking about me about.
not only that, with satellite, you don't get any information, no news, no nothing. You know, nothing local.
I'm Chantel, I'm the manager of Rainbow River Medical, and one of the founders of the office.
I'm Rob Pennington, I'm with the American Legion.
I'm Michelle Woods, I'm the branch manager here at Brandon Bank in Denellen. We can help you with all of your banking and financing needs. And I've got with me today Rachel Murphy, who is our retail area market manager. Sherry Adams, my assistant branch manager. Everybody met Carrie earlier when she did her presentation.
Now we're on to Jason Dillon. We're going early too.
Good afternoon, my name's Matthew, and my wife and I own Wingstop Media. We have a direct mail marketing side to our business, so if you're looking to reach a certain target market, we can get you there. We offer graphic design and printing, and we publish to over 30,000 readers with our newspaper all over.
And we also help with the Denellen League and the Denellen Christmas Parade.
There you go.
Hi, I'm Wilbur Van Wyk. I'm the broker-owner of Caldwell Banker Riverland Realty. Been in business here a little over 30 years. Love Denellen and love selling real estate. We do real estate sales, rentals, property management. So if you're looking to buy, sell, rent, come see us.
I'm Linda Van Wyk, I'm the office manager at Coldwell Banker Riverland Realty. I have also had my broker's license for 30 years, 10 years in the Florida Keys, and I've been here for 20 years. Besides being the manager, I also list and sell, so I'm not just another pretty face.
Hi, my name is Elsa, and I'm Oscar's wife. We recently moved in February to Denellen, and I'm really happy to be here and want to become a part of this community. I'm a bookkeeper for over 25 years. I won't tell you how many more, but I'm a QuickBooks expert and Peachtree and just about any other accounting system that you can find. And I'm here, so if you need me, just let me know.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Oscar Villaverde. I work at Caldwell Banker Riverland Realty, and I've been a realtor since August of 2013. Before that, I sold automotive brake parts, so kind of change of field, but I've really clicked in this field. I love selling real estate. I love showing real estate, and that's my niche. Come in to our office. I'll help you find what you need.
I figured, yeah.
My name's Barry DeWitt, and I'm also a local realtor, but I represent Keller Williams. Been doing real estate transactions for over 20 years now. And, well, you heard the pitch. Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, I'll be glad to help you out.
Hi, my name is Katie Mark-Harding. Everything that Matthew said, except owning the place or working with Little League, I help them.
Hello, everybody. I'm Bill White. I'm one of your new councilmen for the city of Dunellen. I actually took seat number 2, which was Larry Winkler's seat. So Larry has been a longtime councilman. He's been here for years and years. I've got some big shoes to fill. I'm excited about it, and I'm planning to dig in. The interesting thing about the council is we have 5 members, the mayor and 4 council people. And out of the 5, 3 are new. So you are now being represented by a council that is 60% different than it was a month or so ago. So these 3 new council people, including myself, we bring some new ideas, some new energy, some new thoughts, and I can guarantee you we are all looking forward to your participation. My background is I'm a retired thoroughbred racehorse trainer. I trained in South Florida at Gulfstream Park, Hialeah, Calder, for over 30 years. And as said, I am a small businessman, small business owner. I had a large stable that had around 20 employees. So I understand what it's like to have your own business. I understand what it's like to work 7 days a week. I understand taxes, I understand regulation, I understand all the things that small business owners have to deal with. I'm very sensitive to that, and that's why I'm here tonight. I want the city council to connect with the businesses. I want to have a open communication, and I'm hoping to get a lot of input from you, and I'm hoping you come to the council meetings and share with us what your needs are so we can be receptive to you. Thank you.
I am Mary Jones. I'm the manager in maintenance and repair, and we do small cement jobs and do porches and decks, things that I never thought we were going to do, and home maintenance. But anyway, I am part of his business, and that's our master business.
Assured Home Inspections, and just kind of, if you don't know what a wind mitigation inspection is, just to let you know, I did 1 or 2 for some people that I know, and he actually got back $300 on his insurance and loaded his insurance every month, $300 from just doing a wind mitigation. If you're interested in this, give me a call and I'll explain how it all works and how you get the credits for the mitigation. Thank you.
I am Michelle Norsey. I'm with Riverland News. In the morning, I am the office queen. I will answer your phone when you call. In the afternoons, I hit the streets and I sell newspaper advertising for the Riverland News or any of our other papers, the South Main Citizen, a bunch of other papers in Marion County, and a few in Citrus, even Gadsden County, if you ever want to go that way.
Hi, I'm Jeff Gasquet, from Dunellen, originally, went away for a little while, came back. My wife's from Crystal River, we went away, we came back. We own Rainbow River Hearing and Balance. My wife is the resident audiologist here in Dunellen, and so we can take care of you if you have problems with your balance, vestibular issues, or just hearing. We'll do it all, we'll take care of you.
Hi, Andy.
my typical animated self here. You've saved the best for last. I'm a personal, individual person here in the city of Denellen. I was born and brought up in Epping, New Hampshire, a small town that I lived there for over 60 years. My father wore every hat there was imaginable within the town, and we knew everybody, our neighbors. I now live in Denellen in Rainbow Lakes Estates, and I'm here this evening to learn about the city of Denellen. And my last point of interest would be my nephew is Cody. Bobby, could you introduce yourself, please? I'm Bobby Haluska. I'm a Girl Tuesday volunteer at the chamber.
And Amy, you weren't in here when we started this.
Sorry, Amy Sharkey, I'm a volunteer at the chamber and at the Denellen Depot here.
Okay, so our first prize will be a gift certificate from Boulevard Bistro. Can everyone draw? Okay, so 278-8736.
So if you want to see tonight's and last month's meeting, also we have some couple of young ladies here that was helping out doing the Jazz Festival last weekend. So if you go to YouTube and go to Al's TV Denellen or Al's TV Antenna and Satellite, you'll see some concerts from the Jazz Festival. You'll see this from tonight, last month's Chamber Mixer as well if you missed it, and a couple other things like the Peanut Festival and the Jazz Festival. So just go into YouTube to Al's TV Denellen or Al's TV Antenna and Satellite. Also, if you have Dish Network coming up in the next few months, you'll just see the Communities channel, and so that'll be on there. Helping out Project Lift. We're going to be doing a little promotional video for them to show all the great work that they're doing. So we're going to be putting that together on there. And I don't know if you guys know Mr. Byrne. He's 97 years old. And we have probably 2 hours of footage. We're trying to pare it down to a little bit over an hour. I have a little trailer of what we did. Went out to the phosphate pits and did a little bit of a little remember when. And I love when he said, yeah, sometime in 1950, this is where he parked his car. So it's just some really neat stuff of the phosphate mines here in Denellen.
The only other thing I have to say is next month our dinner will be a little bit different format because it's the holidays, and I know, well, first of all, the fourth Tuesday is on December 25th, so it won't be then, but you'll